Hey everyone, my name is Carrie. I wanted to bring up a pretty important, pretty touchy subject problem for this last essay that we were assigned. I do want to start by saying that I am trying to take this approach as logical as possible. I'm not trying to pick any political sides, nothing of that sort. With that being said, I do believe that us as a country should make our people safe and ensure our safety, and we need to do whatever it is we have to do to make sure that is possible. The problem I want to bring up is that the US does have an immigration problem. One of the solutions that was made back in the 1980s, early 1990s, was the sanctuary movement. Most people know it now as the sanctuary states, sanctuary cities, of that sort. But it honestly is not working, and we do need to do something else. Most of us do remember the murder of a Katie Steinle in San Francisco. I know it was a few years back, but it was all over the media at the time. And there was a Juan Francisco Lopez Sanchez, who was an undocumented immigrant with 7 felony convictions in the United States, and he was deported from the US at least 5 or 6 times. The city of San Francisco declined to detain this man for the ICE officials, and they released him into the community, which is asinine in my opinion. Unfortunately, he was never charged for her murder either because of the state and the sanctuary that he was living in at the time, which I'm so sorry for her and that family that they had to go through all of that. More recently, in the past few months, as a solution to this, our president offered to give some of these sanctuary states these people, so they could support them and guide them and, help them get on their feet with whatever they need to do. And then the political people in those states and cities declined and denied them access to come over here for the help that they need, which is what the president was trying to do, since nobody is supporting him or trying to back him with building this wall thing that is going on. One solution, I do hate to say, but we need to lock up our borders. I know people might not agree with that answer, but it's not a race issue, contrary to what the media tries to make it out to be. It opens up a huge Pandora's box of illnesses, diseases. There's crime, the drug and human trafficking issue that comes along with all of that too. The immigration problem has been a problem for a very long time. We can't stop it from happening because it involves other countries and how they govern and how they see things fit, which obviously isn't working if their people are fleeing, which is not the US's problem to be solving. But on the flip side, even if we did tell them that communism is not working, they're not going to listen to us. As an example, recently in the news, the Venezuela and the Cuba, how their communism is not working and they are trying to flee their country too. But how, as a country, so successful as a country, we can't turn our backs on so much poverty on the world. But again, this is a very interesting paper to write about. I didn't want to stick with something too streamlined. I kind of wanted to go off and veer off on something else that I thought was pretty interesting. And I don't know everything about him. I do look forward to looking at more research with all of that. But I feel from my knowledge and what I do know of it now that these sanctuary states and cities don't work. Most of the workers in San Francisco, for an example, the workers that can't even live in the damn city because they can't afford it. The cost of living is too high. Everything in there is just so expensive. They're ungodly amounts taxed on everything that you do. And I don't know how we can support people in our own country. We're bringing other people in there and giving them these areas to live in when nobody else can. It doesn't make sense to me. But again, like I said, I'm really interested, and I do look forward to continuing this research. Thank you.